sadly, this is a case where the trailers were a lot better than the film. Now, I will say that a lot of this movie is done very well. It has a lot of creativity, a lot of creative visuals, a lot of smart humor when it wants to, and you can tell all the actors and actresses are having fun. And while at the end of the day, the movie is very clearly aimed at women, presenting ideas about how Barbie has been criticized for giving young girls unrealistic beauty standards and how Mattel is trying to move past that and present her as more empowering, it doesn't shy away from unrealistic body standards for men in the media as well, which is nice to see. However, at its expense, there is also a lot of heavy-handed messaging. I lost count of how many times they said the word patriarchy in this movie. And it seems like for every good joke there was in this movie, there were also heavy-handed moments that were there in an attempt to get applause from the audience, or a joke that just didn't make sense. In particular, there's a scene near the end of the second act where a female character goes on a monologue about society's expectations and criticisms of women, and it goes on for about a full minute. It feels like a scene in a Christian movie where the main character will look directly at the camera and say, "Hey audience, this is what we want you to think. Get it? Get our message? Have we drilled the message in yet?" Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like they're shaking you and saying, "This is the message we want to drill into your head." The movie feels like two different writers had two very different ideas and tones of what they wanted the movie to be. It feels like someone wrote the first 2/3 as this fun SNL-style self-aware parody, and then they ran out of ideas for the third act. Someone else said, "Okay, I like this script, this is good, but we need a message." It's frustrating because the film starts out very similar to the Lego Movie or Free Guy, where the main character is this perpetually happy personality who then has this existential crisis and goes on this journey of self-discovery. And then the third act basically just rips off the Stepford Wives, which was a weird direction for the story to go. And it doesn't feel built up to. It just comes out of nowhere. And it's really hard to tell who this movie is for. It is PG-13. It is not a kid's movie in any sense of the word. Though, to be fair, it is one of the cleaner PG-13 movies. I've seen PG-13 movies that were a lot more vulgar and a lot more crass than this, but it's certainly not a movie for children, especially the age where they would be playing with Barbie and be interested in Barbie. It has a fair bit of sexual innuendo and a lot of mature social commentary that they're just not going to understand anyway, which is weird. But at the same time, it's so heavy-handed that it kind of loses the plot. And I'm slightly disappointed because this movie was marketed as something it wasn't. At the end of the day, my biggest criticism is the same as the biggest criticism that people have had about the Barbie doll herself. The plots and the doll are just a bit too thin. For me, Barbie gets a C+, 7 out of 10, and a 3 out of 5 stars.